Today I'm going to be reviewing the most recent Spider-Man game that I've played. Yeah, starting with the basics, I love how the game plays. There's a sense of weight to the character, but once you get the rhythm, it really makes you feel like Spider-Man. The controls are great, as smooth as rocks, the inputs are easy to learn, and the buttons are responsive. Well, most of them are responsive, but overall. Now, of course, it's not a Spider-Man game without some web swinging. This may just be the best web swinging in any game, not just Spider-Man, I'm talking gaming in general. It's simplistic, but it gets the job done, giving it a fluidity and ease of motion that makes it all the more satisfying to go from building to building, or from cloud to cloud. Not really sure how we got up here. I'd say this is the definitive way swinging should be done. It's better than Fortnite, better than the Avengers, better than that one superhero squad fighting game, even better than the movies, honestly. It's better than the comics. The web swinging perfectly captures the essence of who Spider-Man is. With each jump, he gains more confidence before finally being able to do a complete flip. A true hero, not afraid to... Wait, hold on. Let's start combat. Yeah, it's possible. Not as exciting as I would have hoped. Doesn't really utilize much of Spidey's abilities. He's a bit watered down. Did he just kill that guy? He's dead. The guy's dead. He killed... Little hack, if you repeatedly spin around and mash X, no one could touch you. For the most part, the game is relatively straightforward, gameplay-wise. The camera controls may take a little getting used to, but once you master them, you'll be able to see the full beauty of this game. The world is amazing, spectacular even, and brought to life masterfully. You can really feel the energy of New York, the whole of Manhattan, and... just that, I can't go to Queens or Brooklyn. Everything down to the sound design.
Yeah!
Listen to that.
Hey, here comes a Spider-Man.
That's ambience. That's world building. Focusing on the NPCs, for example, they really add a dimension to the environment. Wow. Look at them go. Yep. So cool. Really awesome. Truly an immersive experience. Getting lost over here. Oh, and speaking of vehicles, you can actually drive them? Somewhat defeats the purpose of being Spider-Man. It's a weird addition. I feel like Spider-Man wouldn't steal some poor guy's taxi, but if it beats load screens. Exploring could be a riveting experience, seeing what the world has to offer, but sometimes it's better to take a second and appreciate the little details in a game. I could sit here and watch the skybox forever. This is boring. Time for the boss fights. Sandman is the first one of the game. It's a good introduction to Spider-Man's abilities, giving you room to learn all two of them. Although, I thought Spidey would do a little more here. He shows up late, doesn't really add anything. Like, Spider-Man can't do this. And it's the same case for the next mission with Doc Ock. The fight is just terrible. I don't like it. It gives me a headache. Why are people just standing here? They could die. Moving on to mission 3, where maybe Peter can redeem himself as he faces off against his fiercest foe. The battle we've all been waiting for. I'm thinking it's time to go get him. Venom. It's a mid. This mission just doesn't reflect that true rivalry between Peter and Venom. I think it would have been better if he fought Beetle. To be honest, I'm kind of getting sick of playing as Peter Parker. Dude appears in like every level, might as well be a Spider-Man game. For whatever reason, you can't immediately play as Miles. In order to unlock him, you have to beat the first couple missions, do some side quests in free roam, take the game disc out, buy a separate game, load that up, and then you could play as him. He's not in the first one. In fact, he's barely in this one. It's DLC. Miles isn't too far off from how Peter plays. Both are similar. However, looking at something like web swinging, there is a noticeable difference. I already discussed Peter, but of the two, I think Miles may be better. I don't know. His feels more exaggerated. Like there's more swagger. You do have to be careful while messing around, as a fair few problems can arise. Glitches and bugs that seem to be rooted in how Spider-Man games function. Remember the max height glitch from Miles Morales? It's even worse here. I mean, look at him. He's in space. Luckily, stuff like this doesn't have much repercussions, as there is no fall damage. It's always great to have that as an option if you run into problems like this. Or you're a coward. One of the biggest things surrounding the Spider-Man games is the different skins that the characters could have. Personally, I think they're both Spider-Man. Some of the alternate costumes include Future Foundation, whatever that is, Superior Spider-Man, where he swapped bodies with Doc Ock, who has the opportunity to do the funniest thing here, regular Miles, regular Peter Parker, and of course, Symbiote Spider-Man. I really love the design of the symbiote suit in this game. You get the essence that he's being corrupted. It makes you feel like you could chase him to the ends of the earth. I will be honest, whenever I'm playing as him, sometimes I have to turn the camera. He scares me a little. It's a perfect fusion of the two. You get all 19 inches of Venom without losing any Peter. Your Peter is 19 inches. That one was cheap. Treading off the designs of the characters, there has been some uproar over the look of Mary Jane Watson. I gotta say, I think it's okay. I don't really see the big deal I'm here to play as Spider-Man, but sure. This is by far the most comic accurate design, I guess. I think the concern stems from each adaptation being so different from the last, it's hard to judge what makes an MJ. Like the film adaptations. They have their differences, but personally, I think they're both MJ. Regardless of what you think she should look like, she's terrible anyway. That's all I have to say for this review. This is a great Spider-Man experience. I highly recommend it. Overall, it's a pretty solid game.